Yo, what up, y'all? It's your man Hakeem Green, channel live and direct BDP all day, every day. All we do is spark mad ism. I look mad orange right now, dude.
You look golden almost.
I look golden, but that's the thing. I mean, I don't know what that is. I know you got the jokes.
No, I didn't say nothing.
You got the jokes.
Nah, we all good, baby boy.
Got the jokes today.
The mad isms.
The mad ism. I'm actually gonna chill today because on today's show, we are blessed to have two members of youth sport community, the head coach of the East Orange campus Jaguars, East Orange High School campus. I messed that all. See, I'm a graduate of East Orange High School, ladies and gentlemen. In about 20 years or so, they moved the high school to another location. They combined East Orange High School and Clifford Scott, which has been excellent for youth athletics at the high school level. And this team has gone undefeated this year. So to have Coach Ray Oliver and Coach Diesel on the show is an honor and a privilege because they represent the hometown. So yeah, that's what it is. But you know what we do? We're gonna set the show off with a video, invite people to the building, folks who are already out there, get on your social media and invite folks to this conversation because we're gonna be talking about youth athletics, East Orange High School Jaguars, and how it feels to be undefeated going into the playoffs and all that. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, wow. I'm all messed up. I think this is right.
What happened?
There we go.
It's called the cipher. Hey, yo, what is a cipher? What's it called? It's called the cipher. Yo, it's called the cipher. We can build a cipher. The cipher is a circle with all points connected. Where you get your boogie off and the weak get disrespected. The cipher is so sacred, takes place on hollow ground. B-boys seek the battle on a mission to follow sound. Beatbox DJ banging on the table is the way we settle beef since the days of Cain and Abel. Axe Pop Master Fable, the jams at DMC with DJs battle for world supremacy. The cipher's not always round, but always on the square. Breakers be on the ground, but I'm gonna put the weed in the air. The cipher's like the wheels of steel and scratch, it makes me itch. I get hyper with the lyrical skills when the DJ catch my pitch. When the fader's being switched, everything live in the mix, but still off the cut like I wear it on my wrist. What is a cipher? What is a cipher?
The cipher, the cryptic writer, the mind igniter. I'm a rhymer designer, a line after line of rhymer. See, I'm an 80s rhymer, the crazy kind of you can't phase me rhymer. I write raw shit like I'm writing on baby diapers. I blaze these ciphers with basic shit. Savage, I'm one that killed for 8 type shit. Hit after hit, all classics, spit in the grit. You talk that hickory dick, you getting lickety split. This what you get, you ain't taking nothing from me. The goat that steps to KRS is the goat that's getting curry. Brain matter, I'm the original face slapper. It's been so many years, you must have forgot we used to chase rappers. Now I'm bust on these nappy-headed hoes, I must. You ain't bad boy, talk big, get your eye popped. That fake shit's not us, you know how fresh Chris is. Career killer, I write death sentences. Hey, yo, what is a cipher? Hey, yo, what is a cipher? What is a cipher? What is a cipher? What is a cipher? Time is of the essence, every breath another second. I'm down by martial law, fighting through the game like Tekken. I ain't be got no weapon when I camel walk like Johnny. Ringing bells when I rock the mic is poison like I'm Ronnie. Bob and weave through the dition, pull off in a new edition. Rapping is fundamental, whack MCs be steady riffing. I just stay in my lane when I'm on a scout like Kiffin. Look for volunteers when there's a drought, I'm in the kitchen. Cooking up some special treats, not talking trout when I'm fishing. I cruise through a hunt with heavy clout when I'm on a mission. I'm
Special with the verse, every line in education. While I wrestle with the verse, I rhyme in meditation. Standing on one leg, balanced on a lotus, but still packed an eye for judgmental niggas who ain't the SCOTUS. You can roll with this when you done past the lighter. Rhymes going counterclockwise around the cipher.
What is a cipher? What is a cipher? What is a cipher?
Yeah, that is Decipher by your boy Hakeem Green, featuring KRS-One, produced by Ron Lawrence on the upcoming RB album, coming to you real soon. But that is available on all your favorite streaming platforms. So, yeah. Man, we're gonna have an exciting show today, bro. Exciting show. It's always good when we get men who are working with our young people. So with no further ado, let's just bring them in and get the conversation going. We got Coach Diesel.
Yo.
From the Rotten Rascals, legendary
Hey.
MC, ladies and gentlemen. And we got head coach Ray Oliver. Salute, sir.
What's going on, fellas?
How you doing, Coach? Coach and Coach.
Hey, how you, bro?
Doing well.
With you, baby.
Yeah.
Doing well.
I'm waiting for Kay to hop up in here. We were like scratching my brain, like, yo, we need some impactful guests on the show, Kay. He was like, yo, call Diesel up. He's over at the campus high school. I'm like, they undefeated this year.
That part.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
I reached out to Diesel, and he said, yeah, he could definitely line us up with Coach Ray Oliver. So, sir, it's definitely an honor and privilege to have you on the show. Man,
Honor and privilege is all ours, man.
You're doing some wonderful things with our young folks out there in East Orange, New Jersey. I'm an alum of East Orange High School. I played for the Panthers from 1983 to 87. And we weren't as good as you guys. I tell you that. Y'all been putting it down. So, how long you been coaching at the high school, Coach?
Well, this is my 5th year as head coach. Mm-hmm. I've coached prior to that at East Orange. The last year we went to the state finals, I think it was 2009 maybe, and we lost to Roxbury. But my coaching journey has kind of been, different. My thing was I started at East Orange High School at 95. It was my first year coaching at EO, and that's when it was still Scott and EO Hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So from that point, I stayed there up until they combined the schools. They made it to campus. And that was cool. I did it for a minute, but my thing was I wanted to get better. I wanted to sharpen my sword. So what I started doing was just get with some of my friends traveling the country. So one summer I'll be in Oklahoma, with Bob Stoops and the Sooners, and another year I'll be down at Rutgers or wherever. And that really was just about trying to be the best coach I could be. But I'll be remiss if I wouldn't say that a lot of my coaching style comes from what I did prior to teaching. I worked for juvenile justice in New Jersey for a while. I worked my way through college. I went to Keene right there in Union. And, my whole family grew up. I mean, the Mumfords, the Olivers, the Wilkses. We kind of grew up playing football in East Orange. And then when I didn't want to embarrass myself and embarrass our legacy by being a guy that really didn't connect with the kids. So I started doing this thing a long time ago, but it's all been, as Diesel will tell you, it's God's work, man. Because when they offered me the keys to the job, the first person, I never went and got looking for a high level coach. I called Diesel, and I called Diesel because I knew his integrity and his character. So I'll tell everybody that'll listen, I got really good coaches, but I got better men with me. And in our environment, that means more than anything, bro. And I think it's resonating right now.
Yeah, nice. Now you said you went abroad to sharpen your sword, and you went out to Oklahoma up under Stoops. Well, like, what was that experience about? Like going to those
Man,
those
you know what it
details.
did, bro? It showed me that, because I grew up, like I said, man, the furthest I ever been outside of East Orange that before I went to college was we moved from EO to Orange. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was in another country, riding up Tremont Ave, And what it showed me, exposed me to other people all over this country that want the same thing. So when I came back home and I started working around, I wound up coaching at Bergen Catholic. I wound up coaching at Seton Hall Prep, at St. Mary's. For like a 7-year run, I was at a school that was in the state championship for 7 straight years.
Wow.
The reason why I'm bringing that up is because when they offered me the job, the first thing I told them was, I want to give our kids the same experiences that everybody else got. That's not in Essex County. You follow me?
Yeah.
And the biggest thing for us was just that understanding that kids are kids, man. The difference is their starting point, bro. You know what I'm saying? The silver spoons we don't have, so we got to make it some other way. So I was telling Diesel when I took the job, the reason why I wanted him is because he, like I, can connect to the kids. We was able to really get with them and create relationships, right? And that's really what it does.
That's important.
We know. Look, we're athletic, man. We know what it is. You can look at Jabril Peppers and Rasul Douglas, all these young men that came out of EO and doing it big. But to me, I'll give you an example. Before they could touch the football in these stars, they had to do 40 hours community service. You feel me? 40, not 4, 40.
40, yeah.
Follow me? Before they could do any of that, man. Why? Because they needed to know that the community is bigger than just their wants and needs, and they actually are viable parts of their community.
That's beautiful.
So instead of throwing garbage on the ground, let's pick it up.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of wanting to eat first, let's feed everybody first.
You said before you could touch a football.
Absolutely.
You got to do 40 hours.
Absolutely.
I just want to. I'm sorry, not to cut your wisdom, but it's going to tie right into what you're saying, because coming up in the 70s and watching East Orange football, right? They would dress 85, 90 people at a home game, right? And then early 80s, mid 80s, crack hit.
Facts.
We could barely dress 35 people.
Facts.
You know what I mean? We had people going offense defense because we had to play offense defense, not because that was so to instill that want to play, like that's something that's like before you could touch a football, you got to do 40 hours community service.
Facts.
How to instill that drive to want to do that 40 hours of community service to want to play football.
It's wild how it was a couple things that I did that I thought they was going to fire me, man. And I'm going to give you 2 examples. The first thing was mandating our rules. We don't have a lot of them, right? The rules really are this. Be where you're supposed to be. Don't touch nothing that ain't yours. If you're into it, wear a condom. Kiss your mother, take your vitamins. Just that simple. Follow me? And I know, because what I wanted the kids to understand is the hardest things to do in life are the things that's right. Yeah. It's easy to get up late. It's easy to smoke that piff. It's easy to go touch a girl. It's easy. Those things are easy because it calls for you not to think. But when you got to show self-control, and that's why Diesel and them are like my lifeline, because they're nothing but monuments of control, right? Especially when they've had to overcome some of the same things on the same streets that they live on now. Yeah. So at the end of the day, we had to find a way that they could relate. So the first thing we had to do was show them that we all going through the same struggle. I ain't no different than you. I ain't no bigger than you, better than you. But at the end of the day, I do have some wisdom because I've been able to live long enough to peep that. But even now, how you telling me about when you went to school, 83 and all that, man, other than, along with having mad isms is mad experience. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, the kids need to know that their biggest challenge is always going to be them. We tell them this every day. And their biggest inspiration looks like them.
Yeah. We
got a superintendent, a principal, a mayor, and a head coach that's all African American. You follow what I'm saying? Yeah. That matters, man, because as I said, when I travel, you don't see that. You don't see that at all. So they don't have to look far for greatness. Talk about numbers. When I started, we had the numbers was kind of solid, right? But one thing that happened in these stars the first year I took over, bro, all the better kids, they didn't know me. So they all went to West Side. They all went to the surrounding schools. and God bless them, right? We didn't, it is what it is. But what we did have, because remember, I used to work at the parochial schools. We had 16 kids transfer back from Bergen Catholic. They came back home. So that means we were presenting something to them that made them want to be home instead of run from home.
Yes.
You follow what I'm saying? Now, you tie that into community services. You tie that into the fact that when I took the job, we had our team GPA. And I think this is the thing I'm most proud of. Our team GPA was a 1.6. You can't even go to college without a 2.0. You feel me? You can't even go to college. Huh? And at the end of the day, right now, our team GPA is a 3.14.
Nice.
Last year,
most important,
the number one kid, the valedictorian, was 6'5", 280 pounds with about 5 Power 5 offers. He opted to go to Seton Hall University, which doesn't have sports. You follow what I'm saying? The number 8 kid in their class is at Iowa State for aeronautics. The number 15 kid in their class is at a little tiny school in Maine. And remember, I said Maine, bro. Ain't nobody up there like that looking like us. In Maine, called Kobe. They have a 1% acceptance rate. That means it's harder to get in there than it is Princeton.
Yale, Princeton.
Follow what I'm saying? And he's in there, bro. Killing it.
Salute.
Football, knocking them down and conjugating the verb. You feel me?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, that's what we're most proud of. We're trying to put these young men in positions of power. That's why it's really important that all of you that come from these environments come back and holler at them, because they ready, man. They lock and loaded, brother.
Well, Deez, I want to switch over to you because of course, you're one half of the legendary Rascals.
Yes, sir. One
third. Excuse me. I'm sorry. 1/3. You're right. I was a school teacher in East Orange. Left, did the music industry thing. Come back, but I didn't know you to work with young folks. So how was it, coming from the hip hop game and to make the want to focus in the locker with young people, because that's harder than what people think it is.
It is, but for me it wasn't, because I played Pop Warner for the Rams out of Oval Park. So when my son was the age to play football, I took him to the Rams. And it's interesting because they had so many kids and it was only like 2 coaches. So I found myself, with the little bit of football IQ I had, let's work on the stances. You kids just standing over here, and the coach just say, yo, you might as well put the whistle on. I'm like, nah, I'm going to help you out. Long story short, I wind up coaching, fell in love with it. It's very rewarding. You know what I mean? Dealing with the kids and being active in your own community. And 20 years later, I'm coaching high school football for the hottest team in the state. Ain't nobody else going to say it. I'm going to say it.
Say that, baby.
Big Sharks. This is Shark fin right here.
Go ahead.
Blood in the water. And the Sharks. My boys coming to eat. Nice. So it was an easy transition for me. I always loved the youth. I love football. You can see in our old video, Ayo. It's like we used to play organized street football. So it all just came together and meshed.
Yeah. Football is a very important part of the East Orange community.
Absolutely.
I came up with Pop Warner, the Cougars, the Rams. It was imperative you played for the high school.
The Cougars. I remember the Cougars.
Yeah.
He's showing his age right now.
Hey,
I go back. Yeah. Somebody put up a post. It was an article from the newspaper in like 78. The Cougars versus the Simbas.
Wow.
Remember the Simbas? When I think it was in Elmwood Park, I think. Anyway.
Yeah.
A little bit before my time, huh?
Yeah. You was baby Diesel then, baby.
Yeah, it's like, football is just an integral part of the community,
Yes.
And to see the success that you guys are having is just, it does my heart well. So let's talk about the season. Coach, did you expect to go undefeated? I know you set high expectations, but do you look at it and go, what, we could run the table?
Nah, I'd be lying if I said I did. Not that we didn't have high expectations, but the way we do it, man, is we want to know every week. You follow me? Like, I know that's a cliche, but it's true because, we live in an environment that's very distracted, and everything is immediate gratification, and they popping on things on the internet, so it's very hard to get them to lock in and focus. So we don't even go past, the one game. But I will say this, in the last 3 years, bro, we've had some explosive players. We've had the fastest freshman in the country. He's now at Rutgers. All of that stuff. So this team, we didn't have that. This team, we got some straight.
Sorry, Coach. I'm sorry. You said Rutgers.
Yes.
Are you in the building? My guy.
Yeah. There you go. You already know.
Okay, all right.
So we got 2 kids down there, man. My quarterback from 2 years ago is running wide receiver down there. Shout out to Nasir Montgomery. And Al-Shadi Salam, we call him Shorty, is a monster. He's going to be running them balls back real soon. He just, he's in his freshman year there. But the reason why I'm bringing them up is because, like I said, man, they all were very explosive players, them and some other kids. But these kids are like, put your hard hat on. We gonna move that ball in a cloud of dust. And so I didn't know what team we had. Also, those kids we had before were very, very, very you kind of knew them. Like they talked a lot. They were very vivacious. These kids are quiet, man. So I didn't know if we had some dogs or not, keeping it a buck. Until the first game against Montclair. And we just came out, and these will tell you, man, we just would not take no for an answer, bro. And every time we went up, they came back. They went up, we went up, they came back. Until we finally said the kids showed a character. That was a character game. And from that point on, I knew we had the character. Then it was just about the X's and O's and our.
I think Coach froze up.
Well, yeah, the carry on to what he was saying, the kids are very resilient. They always on task. Come on back. You back, Coach.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So at the end of the day, no, I didn't have expectations going 9-0, but these will tell you, and he's always said this, whether it was raining and then right before the game, the sun will come out, it's God's work, man. And I think that, God, put it to you this way, not to get overly religious, but,
come on, lay down.
Faith without works is dead. Follow me? And that's exactly what we've been doing, working our tails off and keeping the faith. And I think that, no disrespect to anybody in the state, particularly in our county, but we be daggone if we ain't the ones that we feel like we the ones. That's it. Bottom line. And I respect everybody. Everybody got to coach the kids and everybody play. But every kid on our team, actually minus my son, because my son is the quarterback, who was born and lives in Montclair, but because his father's from EO and was born in East Orange General, he from EO.
That's what I'm talking about right now. Hold on, I see, bro. My high school history at quarterback wasn't good.
Yeah,
wasn't good. And we played Montclair in the playoffs, and Peanut was hurt. Had your boy Hawk playing quarterback.
Played Hawk.
It wasn't good. No, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. It was horrible. It was horrible. I just hate those memories. Horrible memories. However, to hear that y'all put it on Montclair does my heart well, bro. Thank you.
Listen,
I appreciate that. I need to hear that.
I'm just gonna let you know, man. You already know.
I can put my demons to rest.
The 2 biggest games in the EO, we can be 0-9. If we play Montclair, beat Montclair, and beat Barringer for Thanksgiving, you know where the city at. You know what I'm saying?
You already know.
And the first year we played Montclair, they put it on us as our first year. Everybody was young. The next year we played them up there. We lost by a point, and after that we haven't lost 4 straight tries. So
nice.
and we don't plan on losing. So it is what it is.
Nice.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this, Coach. I went to Columbia, and I used to love when y'all used to play Columbia because all them boys up there that didn't look like me was all scared to death. They all had the STDs on their face, and all the black dudes, most of the black dudes was on the sideline because they had their own people they picked, and those dudes used to be looking like with fear in their eyes every time. It was just so funny to watch. I used to love it.
It's funny you bring that up because like maybe my second year now. You don't know, but like we all kind of ran the streets in terms of the music industry, right? Diesel did his thing, you do your thing. My cousin Mellow T was rapping at the time. That's how we got with the Lords, and shout out to Do It All and all of them.
Yeah.
But one of my closer friends, bro, her daughter was a running back. Her son was a running back at Columbia. Shout out to Lauren Hill.
Mulaney.
Tell you, my man Roddy Rojas. I think
the son.
Yeah.
Because I was in school with the brother.
I mean, he hit him so hard, man. I thought I lost a friend, bro.
Yeah.
And when I think about Columbia, I think about that because I really forgot that her son played there and he was the running back.
Yeah.
And not that I would have called it off, but at the end of the day, Lauren, it was.
He's another generation though, so that's a different generation.
Absolutely.
I'm in Hakeem's generation, the '87 in those years. So East Orange was a different animal back then too for Columbia people.
Okay.
So we had rest in peace. I don't know if y'all remember Corey Felton.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah,
absolutely.
Nice. Yeah, one of my classmates. He was a terror on the defensive line, and then one of my other good friends that was on the show too, Chuck Keegan, coach that went to Maine with Nut. With Nut, and then he coached.
I'm about to say that. Yeah, he went up there with Jamal Williamson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
too.
No,
So actually, the kid that's at Kobe in Maine, the head coach was nutting them. Well, Jamal's position coach when he was at Maine.
Got it.
So he took over the job at Kobe and knew that he needed to come down to Essex County and try and get some kids that was really like that. And he found one. So shout out to Jamal Williamson.
Yep.
Yeah, peace. That's my brother right there. Born on the exact same day.
Pardon me for a second, fellas.
So he's over there cooking and burning stuff.
Burning up.
Hey Hawk, are you gonna bless us with another video later on or what? What we doing? The one I saw earlier was tight, but I saw, what did I see like a couple weeks? Was it the video with I think you shot it in Newark, man.
Took a test.
Most recent.
Well, I shot two. Took a test.
Yeah. That one
took
a test to be an MC. Yeah.
Took a test.
I'm digging it. Nice and cold. I like the fact that, man, the young lady said it right. Hawk, you ain't Asian, bro. You must have found the fountain of youth, boy. I'm telling you, keep it up.
Man, it's water right there.
That's what it is.
It's water, and I found myself a good wife.
Yes.
My stress levels is low. You know what I mean? It's all good in the hood. You say happy wife, happy life.
Absolutely. And my wife is in the background laughing like, say that.
That's right there. Let them know. Mr. Undefeated. See if you can stay undefeated over here.
I still got to take the garbage out, B.
Yeah. So, gentlemen, I just got finished watching the Colin Kaepernick in black and white series. I don't know if you guys had a chance to check that.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's dope because we know the story of Colin Kaepernick with the 49ers and the protests and that whole thing, but he dealt heavily with his upbringing as an adopted biracial child in an all-white town, and then how he develops his politics, how he sees the world, largely through youth sports, baseball, football, basketball, the different politics that are being played on that level, him having to deal with it. What did you think of the series, Coach?
I'm gonna go one step further, man. My Colin Kaepernick perspective goes back to when Jamal Williamson, Peanut, was the head coach, and I was his line coach. And at the time, we were supposed to go out to Nevada because they ran at the time. It was a new offense called the Pistol, and the quarterback was who else? Colin Kaepernick. And at that time, we didn't get a chance because they played with the money, but we were able to correspond with him. And I knew then the brother was deeper than just football. You follow me? So I teach a course at the campus. It's called Visions, and Vision is a acronym for very important students in our neighborhood schools. But the main thing we talk about is having vision, right? Like understanding the bigger picture. And I think Colin came into our lives with vision that we didn't really see, or the importance. And I think a lot of times when you don't have people's visions, like putting on a pair of glasses that kind of make you look things differently, you tend to take them off because it's uncomfortable. When really he was giving us the true look at what America was like. And that's why we work so hard at empowering these young men and women, because we got a girl on the team too, that really comes back to what he was talking about.
You have a young lady on the team?
Oh, man.
A girl
Diesel. Jessica, bro, you know what it is.
She be in the weight room getting it in, Hawk. She really about her action.
But wait, how old is she?
Yes, all the kids is watching, Hawk. Shout out to the campus Jaguar football team. Shout out to Jets.
Salute. What year is she? What grade is she in?
She's a senior, right?
She's a rising senior. She's a senior right now. Jessica been with us since sophomore year. And also, just to let you know, we were able to create the inaugural girls flag football team with the Jets. Shout out to my man Eli. And she was the poster girl. She actually announced the Jets draft pick during the draft.
Shit, what?
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely.
That was the first.
Getting it in.
Orange is in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo.
Go Jersey.
So Jessica, she's the princess on the team, man. She goes hard. What I like about our deal is that it doesn't matter, right? If you're about it, you're about it. Doesn't matter what your gender is. Doesn't matter, even what your race is. What it comes down to is having that vision, the same vision. Yeah. Speaking back to what we were talking about with Kaepernick. So when I think about him, man, I think about a guy that's kind of like in the mold. I'm not saying he is, but in the mold of the Muhammad Ali's and the people like that really have vision beyond our own selfish perspectives. What we love is what's comfortable. We know that, right?
That's right. Yeah.
And one of the reasons why my son is in East Orange and I took him out of Montclair is so that he's not comfortable anymore. He had to learn how to live in a non-comforting way, but still produce. And that's what life is about. Right. If everybody always tells you great and everything, sometimes what Colin did was just put the mirror in front of us, bro. Right? Yep. And then you kind of saw the reaction of people who didn't like what they saw in the mirror. So
Amen.
He became the part of the 1% in another way. And it's easy to walk with the 99%.
That's right.
And it's safer to walk in the 99%, but it's also lazy to walk in the 99%. Right. And that's the thing he did. He just took that step. And like you made a great point about him and Muhammad Ali. I think he's closer to Muhammad Ali than we realize.
Absolutely.
Because anytime you lose something, and other people gain, you're iconic. And that's kind of what he's done. He's lost his livelihood, but he's gained so much, and so many other people have too. And we're in a different space since 2016.
Absolutely.
In sports and life. Yep.
So Wes, one thing I'm gonna add to, you said it was lazy, but it's also dangerous.
Yeah.
Because when you allow things to happen that you know are wrong, that's when our sons get pulled over and the cops do things to them.
Yeah.
That's when, right, instead of addressing it and showing.
Yeah.
Right. And what Colin was saying was what we all always knew. We all knew. We knew what time it was. We knew what was going on. But for some reason, we weren't able to get our voices out there to the point where the masses. But he had a platform that we don't have.
Yeah.
You follow me?
Yeah.
So I do agree with you big time that the man is definitely in the mold of the Muhammad Ali's. He definitely allowed us to see ourselves for who we are. And I think that empowered guys like me and Diesel to tell these young men, look, you're all you need in life, bro. You're all you need, but you need to start with making good choices and end with making good choices.
Yeah. So I want to switch the conversation back to the Jaguars.
Yes, sir.
Because I don't know a lot about the team. I know you guys are undefeated. Salute to y'all. But what type of team is the Jaguars? How do you go about your game plan? Is it a defense? Is it offense? Is it a running game? Is it passing game? Is it? Talk about Diesel. Talk about Diesel.
All of the above. I mean, one thing I don't think Coach Oliver gets a lot of credit for is he really like the general manager. Like, he listens to the input of not only myself, but the kids, and he's brought in specific coaches. Like, these could be Hall of Fame high school coaches. You understand what I'm saying? So every facet of the game is covered by some of the best people in high school sports, right? So everybody sees the finished product on the field. Oh, they shutting people out. Our defense, we got what? The top 2 sack leaders in the state are tied at number 1 from East Orange Campus High School. You know what I'm saying? And we REO, just every facet of the game, we got somebody there that's putting the kids in the situation to win, and they are responding.
Nice.
So we have our defensive coordinator. His name is Leander Knight. Shout out to Leander. He's a NFL player. He played in about 6 years in the NFL. Graduated from East Orange High School in '81. Wound up taking the hard route and went to Montclair State. Then he went through the USFL into the NFL. So he has a wealth of knowledge. One thing that he tells the kids is that I will prepare you for the next level, and they are, right? So speaking about our defense, we don't run a traditional defense, 4-3, whatever, like most people do, right? 4-3 cover 2. We run packages. So we match up to whatever you're going to offer. So one game we could be in a 3-4, one game we could be in a 4-3, one game we could be in the Chicago Bears, 6-2 defense. And so we pride ourselves in having the ability. Nice. Our top player this year is a young man named Kyle Lewis. Kyle Lewis, along with every kid who I've ever had, has never been a prototypical player. What do I mean by that? What I mean is he committed to the University of Pitt. Shout out to Kyle and Pitt. But he had offers from everywhere, right? From Maryland, but all at different positions. The reason why my quarterback from 2 years ago was at Rutgers, because they recruited him as a wide receiver, even though Virginia Tech wanted him at quarterback. So, and I liken that to the fact that we play kids everywhere we need to play them, and they don't have a position. We tell our kids we don't play to win, we don't play to lose. We are problem solvers. That's how we approach this game. We solve problems. Whatever problem they approach us with, we're gonna find a resolution to it. And I think what that does for our kids is they stay locked in. People like to talk about getting in the zone and all that stuff. Well, when you're solving a problem, it's like a Rubik's Cube. You stay locked in. You never. So if you win and you plan to win, after you win, what do? You usually come off the gas. If you aren't worrying about losing, you plan not to lose. So we don't approach the game at all like that. It's a mindset. We quiet our minds and we look at our opponent and we figure out what they're trying to do, and then we destroy them. Whatever it is they're trying to bring to the table, they will not leave that stadium. They will not leave North Clinton Street with what we consider is what we do best, which is win football games.
Nice. Man, God, yeah, I'm inspired by you gentlemen. I appreciate what you guys are doing in my hometown, at my alma mater. It's a blessing to know that the future is secure with men like you, and looking forward to y'all bringing that trophy home. I'm looking forward to that. Hey man,
listen, I do too, because this has been a historic thing. The campus has only been in inception since 2001, so it's been 20 years or whatever since they combined the two schools, and it's been an up and down situation. But what has happened this year is we've had unprecedented success. We've never been undefeated to this point. We've never won the conference 3 out of 4 years. We've never had such a high GPA. We never had the kids doing the things in the community we've had. So it would be nice. That would be the cherry on top. But God forbid we don't, which I don't even know why I'm talking like that, but any event that we don't come away with the ring, that would just be the cherry on top. Right now, we winners, man. Yeah, these kids are ready for life, bro.
That's right.
Check them out, Howard.
Check them out, Wes. That's the most important thing.
You're going to see them 10 years from now, man. They're going to be CEOs. They're going to be working at Edelman.
We just got to print out a roster sheet, and it's definitely going to be somebody we're going to see on that sheet, like you said. That's it. See those names.
I'm looking forward to seeing you guys soon. Next time I come up, I got to make a trip out of high school.
Yep.
Check you guys out. Yeah.
I'm in Houston now, so I'm in the bevy of the Friday night lights, and I know how big it is, what high school football is out here, like even to a point where the pros were trying to switch Thursday night football to Friday, and this state and I think a few other southern states said, "Oh hell no!"
It wasn't happening.
Yeah. So they stopping pros. You know it's big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Coach D, what's up? You want to add some words here before we, you want to close out, bro?
That's part of our mission. That's part of our mission as well. Also.
It might be made better.
Yeah, that's part of our mission as well. Say that. That's part of our mission as well, to turn New Jersey into a football state, because to us, really, it already is. So my biggest thing and my point was to get the whole city involved with what we got going on, through social media. I'll be calling them out to every game, every home game. Come out, support the youth, because as we all know from East Orange, the kids could be doing a lot of other things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True indeed. You know,
and then people will, oh, their kids are doing this, their kids are doing that. They have something to say. No, come out and support them while they're doing something good and give them that positive attention that they crave. They kids, they want attention. So come out and support these kids, even if you don't have kids on the team. Listen, we in the second round of the state playoffs. Next game is the big one, right?
Yes, sir.
Right, Coach?
Yes, sir.
States is the next. Yes, no, yes, or no?
Yes. You can't hear me, but yes.
So, you know, we want y'all to support the youth. That's it.
Hey, Hop, we got Wes. We got T-shirts for y'all, man. They coming.
Come on, let's go,
out, baby.
Come on, let's
Hey,
go.
listen, I was in Columbia, but I'm rocking Stars all day. It don't matter.
Wes, listen to me.
Go
You're talking
Jersey.
about community-based stuff, bro. All right. Once you decide to hit the mic and open up the airways, you become a Jaguar, man. So
I appreciate you
no
guys.
disrespect to Columbia, but I'm just letting you know that we love you too, bro.
Thank you. Love you guys too, man. All day.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Peace, Coach.
Appreciate you.
Good luck. Good luck. Jaguars. Go Jaguars.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, that was dope.
That was nice.
That was nice. I thought Cliff was there. We bounced him out.
Is that the Spliffington?
Yeah, Spliffington. He wasn't he on camera, so I put him back in the queue. Yo, what up, Fred? What up, Sadia? Just Kev in the building. Caroline Matthews, Sandra Oliver, everybody from East Orange Campus High School. Shout out to y'all. That
Absolutely.
was dope. Coach Oliver, Coach Diesel came to just, share some jewels about, youth athletics, high school athletics. They're doing a phenomenal job there to go.
Let me tell you though, the acronym was off the chains for the divisions.
Oh yeah.
What? Very important students in our neighborhood schools. Woo!
That was dope. That was dope. Bars.
What?
Bars.
Oh man. Loved it.
What up?
What's up, Spliff?
Spliffington.
Chilling. What's good, fellas?
Nothing, man. I'm trying to I just actually crawled out from under my rock. I was trying to wash the stink off me from Sunday.
Man, there was a lot of stink going around the league, though. So
it was.
But it definitely hit us hard.
Yeah,
we were buried in it.
Yeah, blame me. I didn't have my schedule down, and all day I thought the game was on at 3:00 my time, which is 4 o'clock. And I'm out here playing golf, and one of my dudes was like, "Yo, y'all getting smacked." I was like, "Who getting smacked?" He was like, "Yo, y'all getting smacked." I was like, "It's on now." I couldn't even play no more.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
So what we got today, fellas?
We might as well just stay right there.
Right there, football.
Football. So the Cowboys getting smacked.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to see the game. It didn't air out here where I'm at. But I got the chance to see the highlights, whatever.
Yeah.
And I just sum it up to rhythm.
Yeah.
Dak being out a week, getting in rhythm with the rest of the team, playing. It just seemed like one of them games. He's overthrowing, throwing short. So I'm not too worried about that one loss.
Well, hopefully it was a one of those letdown games where you get the big win the week before, no Dak, and extreme emotion, and then you come down to earth. But I'm just hoping our defense don't continue to get exposed like we did last game, because they gave up, I want to say, over 180 yards rushing.
Yeah, they gassed it like no problem.
Yeah. And we didn't get any turnovers, and Dak just didn't look good. I mean, that could be for a number of reasons. You can't worry too much about him, but that defense, you got to keep an eye on that, because hopefully that and Gregory is out this week. Did you hear that?
Calf.
Yeah, calf injury. So whenever you hear calf, it can be multiple weeks. So
yeah. and he's our only pass rusher. Yeah, I took it the same way. Like, you know, I don't like to lose, but I never sat on this panel saying that we was gonna go 16-1. Yeah. So I had 12-5, 13-4 in my head the whole time. That's still on schedule, and can still be done. I think it's have a good loss. Well, it's a good loss because it happens before you play Kansas City. Atlanta gets your full undivided attention, and you go into the Kansas City game as a probably maybe a close dog, but you go in that game knowing that they're still Super Bowl contenders and they're going to get your undivided attention as well. So it's just a good look overall, and something that the Cowboys need, because remember, they get a lot of publicity for not doing not winning nothing. And so they one of the most polarizing teams that hasn't won in 26 years that you ever going to see on TV. So you can't help but be a player and not hear or how great you are. You can't hide from that.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about the Zeke? I mean, he hasn't really run the ball too, efficiently over the last couple of weeks. He's not like that guaranteed 100-yard back anymore. I mean, last week he had like 52 yards on 11 carries, something like that.
I think it was game plan. I think a lot of times with Zeke is game plan, and then when they they got those first 15 plays scripted, and then they try to get into a game plan after that. But I think when they get out of it, they forget about the run, and that's always been the problem with the Cowboys and Zeke historically. I think they just lose sight of the running game and how they can put teams in submission. They get so in love with all those weapons, man, because it's tons of them.
Yeah. Well, you had the 30-0 build up to the 30-0 blowout, but you also had that first early drive where they didn't convert that 4th and 1.
They didn't get the 4th and 1,
and they didn't convert 2 of them.
Yeah,
but that changes a lot. I mean, definitely that gets in. And speaking of Zeke particularly, the way you see him be less aggressive as a result of the lack of early success. But I hope we can still establish that two-headed monster and dictate style of play. And that's what a lot of people are playing, is that like our defense, while aggressive and while it has been good, it's been really dependent on turnovers, but it's a defense built, to basically hold leads. You know what I'm saying? Not to play from behind. And we were playing catch up from that whole game, and just getting pummeled.
Yeah, listen, it is what it is. But I think I was more happy when I saw that the Rams lost too, and Tony Romo Stafford showed up. I knew that was coming. That was definitely a Tony Romo reappearance.
Yeah,
Tony Romo Stafford he showed up.
Yeah, but Tony Romo.
This is the game Westmoreland's about. It was coming.
Yeah. I was like, it's gonna happen, and he's still nice. But again, he's the same type of dude. Gonna put up big numbers. Gonna have a lot of weapons. But when you least expect it, he gonna show up. That guy.
Well, he got a new toy now.
Now.
OBJ.
Now, but I'm glad you guys said that. Is anybody going to complain about the Rams stacking the deck, or they just get a pass for that? That's not the same as basketball when people say.
Yeah, well, no, it's not the same.
It's not the same
because they mortgage their future. Look what they have given up. I mean, they literally have given up their 1st and 2nd round picks going back, I want to say 3 years, and it's going out for the next 4 or 5 years. So they're going to go like 6 or 7 years without a 1st or 2nd round pick. So they mortgage the future.
Stafford and Von Miller, right? They gave up picks for Von Miller?
Yeah. 2nd round, 2nd and 3rd for Von Miller. Okay. And they gave up 1st for Stafford. Yeah. I don't know what they get. They have to give up something, I think, for OBJ. No, but I don't know what. It's not high. Is it? Is it Cleveland? Okay. Was it? Okay. I thought
he got waived from Cleveland.
I thought it was unrestricted.
He was free and clear.
He signed. Yeah, he signed as a free agent.
Yeah. So nothing for OBJ, but at the end of the day, again, is another weapon, and boy, is he a weapon. But it stalls the third guy that they cut. They cut Deshaun Jackson for the third guy already. Was it Jefferson?
Well, now we know why they cut Deshaun Jackson. This has been in the works for a minute. Yeah, here's some bullshit.
No, but they have a third receiver.
Remember when they cut Deshaun Jackson? You was like, you still didn't understand why they did that?
Yeah, I couldn't.
Well, because they knew they were going to go after OBJ. That's why.
Maybe it's possible.
Yeah, now that makes sense because okay, you got Deshaun Jackson. You got him on the roster. You got him there.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson's still one of the top 10 receivers in the league, top 15 receivers in the league. And you let him go just like, okay, we're going to let you go. Why? Because we're going to make a move on OBJ. We think we can get him.
Well, possibly.
Back. Okay. I lost y'all for a second because I was saying when he's healthy, he's one of the better receivers. But in terms of running the fly pattern, he's probably the top 5 guy in the league going deep. One of the top 5 deep threats that we got in the game, without a doubt. But at the end of the day, there's only one football. Cooper Kupp is still going to get his catches.
Yeah.
And Robert Wood is still is thoroughly entrenched in that offense. So OBJ gets what's next, and he's not just a run deep type of guy. That's not his MO. So we're gonna see how this thing works out. And we'll find out. He's definitely gonna be a weapon, but we'll just see how it works out.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how he's used. And they I think they said that they run the most 3 wide receiver sets in football. And as of right now, they've ran over almost 500 3 receiver sets, 500 different plays.
With 3 receivers.
With 3 receiver sets. So OBJ just adds to that. And, they'll creatively use him as an extension of the run, short passes, put him in space, and definitely get, all the juice out of him. I think I'm hoping that this is just an audition because they don't have a lot of money and cap space over the next few years to give anything long term.
Yeah, it's a 1-year deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that he's just going there just to showcase his talents and
get this ring. Go get this ring, showcase my talent, and bounce and get.
And guess what? They have to win. They have to win the Super Bowl this year.
Oh yeah.
We all realize now. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Now you done told Matthew Stafford is Super Bowl a bust. This is a one. This is a right now thing. This is not like a 2-year plan. This is right now. Yeah. So that's pretty much how it's going down. And then you got the other pickup today, which was Cam Newton returning to Carolina.
Yeah. I mean, he's their favorite son, and they were decimated at the quarterback position. Who they have? PJ Tucker. Was he a basketball player?
PJ Walker.
PJ Walker.
Was that PJ Tucker? Because if PJ Tucker played football like he dunked last night.
He still got ups.
Yeah. Nah. I'm happy Cam is back in the league. It's funny how there was things that we talked about earlier on a couple weeks ago when he was not in the league, how people were critical about him not being accurate, and you hear that in the media and stuff like that. But someone brought up today, now that he's back, is that he was 66 or 67% in his last 2 seasons. With Belichick, he was 67 or 66, and the last year before he got hurt in Carolina, he was 67% in completion percentage. So he was completing more passes. The narrative about him not being accurate was kind of going away. And then they were like, well, all Belichick does is dink and dunk. And then someone combated that with saying, well, Tom Brady played there and he didn't just dink and dunk. So let's not start creating a narrative for Cam Newton. He played a little better. He was actually playing well with New England, but he got COVID and he just never recovered from COVID. So, and 12 rushing touchdowns, not to mention that year with Belichick. So it's just a lot of things you could get excited about if you're Carolina, that your season is not is in disarray, but it might not be over. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Well, it's savable. and you can win back the fan base.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, because they, everybody loves Cam here,
and they could make the playoffs.
And he's their best option.
Yeah, he's their best option. Period.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt Rule just did what he had to do.
Yeah,
get somebody in there that can run his offense, and that's it. So we're gonna see. Wish him the best. Don't wish anything negative on him. Wish him the best, and we'll see what happens. But this is his last chance.
Yeah, I mean, how old is he now? 32.
32. Yeah,
he's 32. I mean, he's got 2 more good years in him.
Well, I want to use those scenarios, those what do you call it, comparisons no more. But you know how they say our pets have different, dog years are different than human years. That's how quarterbacks are.
Yeah, football years is different than
football years is different.
It's different. Oh yeah, for sure.
It is. So
all right. So how do we do this week? Before we discuss that, let's get back into Aaron Rodgers, bro.
Oh yeah, let's talk about Aaron Rodgers because you go ahead, Cliff. I gotta take a deep breath. I need a sigh.
Well, it's almost like he doubled down to try to cover his butt, and even convoluted the story even more, and just made himself look silly to me. And now he wants it just to go away. It's just like he didn't want to take all the heat that all the other unvaccinated quarterbacks was taking, or quote unquote, he said they were taking. And then, but he wanted to basically not follow any of the protocols. And it all just follows, to me, the narrative that, he's one of those cats that thinks he's just better than everybody else. He's just above the rules, above the law, and can do whatever he wants. And that's certainly how he handled this.
I mean, but yeah, it does. I mean, but isn't that the case when he got a 1-game suspension? The team got a $320,000 fine, I believe, something like that. They
didn't even fine the team as many people died from COVID. I'm just saying, it's not as simple as just the lying part. Is the exposure part. Is
it's the lying. It's the cover up.
Yeah.
It's the cover up. It's the cover up to achieve what end. It's the we say to what end you're putting people's lives at risk for what exactly. When a person just discloses the fact of their status and then take necessary precautions as Carson Wentz does.
Yeah. I like what JT said, that he said health isn't a one-size-fit-all kind of thing, which is kind of disrespectful. Again, at the same time, because it just shows the lack of empathy that you have when people. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is not the only person that has that sentiment, and that is absolutely a true statement. But it's not for us to really discuss, because you just never know about a person around you who had someone in their family or in their circle that wasn't as healthy and has moved on. So it's just that theory of him thinking that way just shows that he's really not connected to just human life in itself.
Well, and he tried to absolve himself by saying that he had expected the media to ask him follow-up questions where he was going to elaborate more on what he meant and all that other stuff. Again, it was just him all backtracking.
Yeah, it was corny as hell. Actually, I think I was more disappointed in some of the talking heads making it a football topic versus what he did, and saying in terms of football, it means nothing. We can move on because the locker room is fine. And, from an X's and O's stand, they kept it right around football. And when you keep it around football, it just kind of eliminates what the real issue is. Again, it's part of that privilege that he's allowed to just keep it about football, and that's it. So that was disappointing to hear some of the talking heads, especially the ones that kind of have a darker tan or darker hue. They just fall right in line because they're getting that check to say whatever to tote the line that people are just talking versus talking about the real issue. And there is a real issue. So, but it is what it is. We got to move on because he'll be playing Sunday.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we hope, at least we hope so, or we think he will be. I'm wondering if he's healthy enough to play, and if he passed all the other protocols, if he's even affected. And another thing I'm really curious is that during one of those Pat McAfee interviews, I don't know if y'all caught this, but he said, "I'm feeling better," which leads you to believe that he's had symptoms.
Yeah,
which
absolutely.
leads you to believe that the protocols is from the time you last had a symptom to 10 days, not till Saturday. So is anybody going to really pick up on that and hold them to that standard? You follow what I'm saying?
He was feeling better as of Tuesday or Wednesday, right? Last week. Yeah.
But again, that's when the clock, if you're following protocols, the timer is supposed to you start ticking. 10 days from either when you test positive and or when and if you have any symptoms. He clearly had symptoms because he said he's feeling better. Well, when was his last symptom? Because it clearly wasn't the initial results, because that timer takes us all the way to Saturday. So again, something to look at because they're not following any other protocols with this cat. You know what I'm saying?
Kyler Murray played the other day, right?
Yeah.
The Kyler Murray play?
He's on an ankle. He's out because of his ankle, though, isn't he?
I'm still curious about that. That's my conspiracy because he was whispering sweet nothings in his ear, and God forbid. No, just think about this though.
Yeah.
God forbid that he did give it to him, and we got wind of that. That's a bigger story than anything. And if Kyler Murray doesn't play this week, it's kind of think about it, because think about the firestorm you get that he spread to another player, and they got that video of him talking.
Yeah. That's right.
I'm just saying. I'm not.
I didn't look at it. That's a fact.
But who do you think
see it that way?
Who do you think will be complicit with the cover-up, though? Wouldn't you?
It's everybody at that point.
Yeah, but I'm saying, wouldn't you think that Arizona would want to expose Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers? Or do you think
NFL works with the commissioner? The owners work with the commissioner. The commissioner is like, listen. The commissioner's like, listen.
We don't need that.
We can't get this. We are so far along with this COVID thing. We can't go back. We can't backtrack now. What do we have to do to make this work? And they can make anything work behind closed doors, right? Yeah. And we don't have to know about it. So I just said I was just curious all week because they kept talking about, because it was Hopkins was COVID protocol, and he wasn't, and AJ Green was as well. Wow. So I was just like, wait, how is Kyler Murray on an ankle? And he was in my man's face. I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking, I said, he's not playing this week. And I'm really feeling like it's not about his ankle. But you can't get to this type of, that story would be too tremendous for the NFL to cover. Right. And Rodgers would have to go. Like he'd be suspended longer.
And let's just clarify. This is just a feeling.
A feeling, yes.
It's a theory.
It's a theory.
It's a theory.
Yes, a theory.
We're not saying we have any information.
We have no information
to suggest anything other than that.
Yes.
However, this is the position that Aaron Rodgers now puts the NFL in because these types of questions arise. That's why there's a protocol and everybody needs to follow it.
Yeah.
And again, we see certain individuals are held to a standard that others aren't.
Yep.
When it's about certain folks, it's about the whole and
the shield.
The shield. Thank you. and that's what I wanted to say. That I've been led to believe that in the NFL, no one is bigger than the shield.
Yep.
No one's bigger than the shield.
No.
Aaron Rodgers is bigger than the shield.
He seems to be to me. Seems to be bigger than the shield to me.
Yeah, he's bigger than the shield. Tom Brady wasn't bigger than the shield.
Nah, Tom Brady got 4 games for putting air in the ball. And we talking about a pandemic crisis that we had. And to have him do what he did, and be as cavalier as he was about it. I just think it should have been a stiffer penalty for it. In general, just to send a message that the NFL is really serious about the protocol itself. That's it. But he's Aaron Rodgers, so that's it.
All right.
Well, I can go to the picks today, and just FYI, we had
everybody got slack.
I'm going to go with the all first.
Okay.
We all took the Dolphins, and we were all correct, right? The Ravens, they won last week in overtime, and we all took the Ravens. Mm-hmm. The Bills, we were all dead wrong because they got beat 9-6. The Bengals, they lost to Cleveland, and they got stomped out, and we were all wrong on that one. Mm-hmm. We all took the L on the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. We all took the L on the Rams, and we all took the L on the Bears. We all took the Bears. That's crazy, right? Mm-hmm. And the Bears played the Steelers, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I got to talk to Kay about that. He picked against his team, and they smacked him for it, right?
Yeah.
So now Cliff took the Giants.
Wow.
So one up on Cliff. Everybody else got that L.
Mm-hmm.
Hakeem took the Chargers. The Chargers, did they win this past week? I forget.
I think they did.
Yeah, I think the Chargers won. So Hakeem has one there. Hakeem also took the Jets. He was a lone wolf on the Jets.
Oh,
the Jets lost to they played Thursday. They lost, right? To Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The Chargers beat the Browns.
No, but we are the Browns played the Bengals. The Bengals.
That's right. Yeah, well, we're mad.
We all did that. So Hakeem took the Saints, and I don't think the Saints won this past week. Cliff took the Panthers as a dog. How'd that work out? I forgot the Panther game.
They got smashed.
They got smashed. Okay. And then we had Cliff took the 49ers.
They got smashed.
And I was the lone wolf on the Packers. They got beat too.
Yeah.
So it was only Cliff and Hawk. Y'all got your one lone wolf apiece. And we got hammered.
I think the public got hammered.
Yeah.
This was a wacky week, yo. A lot of dogs, a lot of bad play by good teams.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So what we got tonight? We got the Ravens and the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
What you thinking, Cliff?
I like the Ravens. It may be closer than we think, but I like the Ravens. Remember, Lamar's from Miami.
I like the Ravens too. What about you, Hawk?
I like the Ravens.
That's all. Okay. We got the Falcons and the boys on Sunday.
I take the boys.
I like the boys for the win, but I think Atlanta gonna cover that number.
Yeah, that number is
9
8.
Right now.
It says mine it says 8. Okay. The Bills and the Jets.
Bills.
Where are they playing? At Jets.
At Jets.
Jets.
Oops, I'm gonna erase. I put Bills down, but I gotta erase it because you got the lone. Browns and Patriots.
Patriots.
I got the Browns.
I got the Browns.
Well, both of y'all going against my best bet. Patriots is my best bet.
Okay.
All right. So you go
Buccaneers and Washington.
The Bucks.
The Bucks.
I got the Bucks. I got Jaguars and Colts.
Where are they playing?
Colts.
I got the Colts. I like the Jaguars to keep it close, though. That's a big number, that 10.5.
I got the Colts, too.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Hawk? I don't want to.
The Colts. Colts.
Okay,
yep.
cool.
I got the Colts, yep.
All right. My brother Craig said he liked Roger Craig. He's so stupid. The Lions and the Steelers.
Steelers. But again, I like those lines. Keep it close. I think they may put a scare in them.
Saints, Titans.
I like the Saints.
Wait, where are they playing?
It's in Tennessee.
Titans.
I got the Titans.
Saints. Oh!
Vikings and the Chargers.
Where they playing?
In San Diego, in LA.
Chargers.
We all got that. Panthers and Cardinals.
Cards. Wait a minute. Is Kyler Murray playing?
I'm going to go Panthers.
I'm gonna go Cards. I don't think Cam gonna be. He's playing. Is Cam playing?
Cam may play, and Kyler Murray may not play actually, but I think. Yeah.
I'm going Panthers. What the heck? Eagles and Broncos.
Eagles.
Where they playing?
Denver.
Broncos.
That's you, Cliff.
Well, and that's my dog of the week.
The dog.
So my dog is the Eagles, and my best bet are the Patriots. Both of y'all on the opposite side, so
got it.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
And you got the Seahawks and the Pack.
I like the Seahawks.
I like the Hawks.
Seahawks.
I like them too. And then the last one, Monday night, Chiefs at the Raiders.
I'm gonna go with the Raiders.
So am I.
No, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. Oh, but that's not the last game. That's the Sunday night game. Where the Monday night is the Rams
and 49ers. Okay, I'm sorry, I missed that one.
Rams.
I got Rams too.
I got the Rams. Okay. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games where we got only a lone wolf, and the other ones were all on the same page.
Yeah.
Yep. So
all right, so we're gonna talk about some basketball.
I mean, I could feel the energy. We need to talk about some basketball. I was like, I left my phone at the office the other day, and I didn't go back to get it. And I came back in Tuesday or Monday or Wednesday. I said, "Damn, they was busy."
Yeah. Chiming in.
Y'all was busy. I was like, "Dang,
I don't understand how your man averages a triple-double looking crazy like he looks, yo."
You know what it is, man? We never got to see him every day with a spotlight like this because everything is polarized. And they 7-5, and every single game we talk about Westbrook. Every time they lose, every time they win, we talk about Westbrook. It's so crazy to me that part is like a common theme.
Because it looks like he's just like a wild man loose. He's wild man loose. He's all over the place. He's throwing. I mean, his turnovers is he's like averaging like 8 turnovers a game.
Yeah, 6 turnovers yesterday.
Man.
He had 6.
But he had some big buckets down the stretch. Though.
He had some big buckets, and he had some big passes too. Some big plays, set up some people for some big plays yesterday too.
I mean, he's damn near averaging a triple-double again.
Yeah.
So he's I don't know how he does it.
It's going to look like that, I think, for a little bit with the Lakers just because they don't have rotation set. They have people out. They don't know who's taking what shot. They don't know. You know what I'm saying? So Russ is just basically the fill-in-the-blank cat. But, yeah, he does look great.
He still has not had a coach in his career that would step to him and just talk to him. Like, it's so ridiculous that this man can't find one coach that will just, put his arm around the man. It's crazy.
You got the whole team adapting to him, though. AD's in the press conference like, nah, we just all need to just figure out how to fill in the lane for him. And, and I'm like, yo, that's crazy that, like they have chemistry with each other with Russ off the court. Malik Monk is doing his thing, by the way.
Oh, yeah,
but he's played 12 games too, and he's had 2 good ones. So we say Malik Monk is doing his thing, and I got the stats. He's had 2 big.
Well, he's not Russell Westbrook. He's not.
No, what I'm saying is but
he's not Russell Westbrook.
But think about what we're saying though. He's doing his thing as if he's did it like more than one time. He did it twice. I'm just saying, and I like Malik Monk. He had a great game last night. But it's like, yo, he did it twice, and we're gonna expect that in game 18. We'll get that again.
He got he's averaging 8 turnovers, bro.
He definitely is. I get it.
It's like he does things like he gets stuck under the backboard with nowhere to go. He jumps in the air he has no thought of where the ball's going. He just jumps. And it's like, bro, why'd you like I've just never seen that before.
I get it, but he's still a top 75 player all time, and he's playing in his hometown for the first time. And you know, you want to do extra well. You can see by he wanted to win that game yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
He just wants it so bad. And you never seen a person play a game so hard that they just become a detriment to themselves. They can't get out their own way because they're trying too damn hard. Yeah. So he's on a 10 as it is. He's on a 15 right now. So it's out of control. It is. I get it. But
a testament to them, though, because I mean, again, the Lakers are 7-5, and no one's
healthy.
No one's healthy. No rotation.
They just out there playing
plugging people in. I mean, if they can develop something, if they can build off Russ did last night, you got something. But
we still, and Russ is a problem. You can't have 8 turnovers. You can't average 8 turnovers. No. But my point is this: they still giving up 120 points, and we still ain't talking about that. And we got a defensive-minded coach. So what's going on? Why are we still getting up 120 points a game? Why is every game overtime, or we win by 3, or we lose by 3, or we getting blown out, but we still get up 120 points? So we haven't had any blowouts ourselves. Everything is close or overtime when we win, and then we getting blown out or losing in overtime or a close game when we lose, and there's always 120 points being scored. Mm-hmm. So it's a combination of a lot of things, but it is quite funny now. It's become comical. If I look at the Lakers play, I look at the stats, and I don't even look at the points. I just scroll over to the turnovers, and then I see this person in my phone. I'm like, wait for the bing.
Well, we can't expect Russ to have the ball as much when they're as healthy, when LeBron is there, the whole 9. So we hope.
Melo's doing his.
Melo's playing well. Melo's had about 5 or 6 20-point games out of the 12 that they've played. He's had about 5, I think. So he's been a consistent player off the bench. So, you know, they still look in disarray. But I think it's gonna look like this for at least another 25 games.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't expect it to change.
Wow. Okay.
How long is LeBron supposed to be out? Do we know?
They're talking about like a month or more.
Well, Father Time has entered the building. Just entered. He just got in.
They say once you start breaking down. Yeah, they say once you start breaking down, you just keep, every year it's going to be something.
Father Time is undefeated.
My brother said Westbrook plays like he has the attention of a pregnant gnat. I don't know what that means, but Russell Westbrook also plays like my brother. And I said that live.
Wow, that's crazy.
Moving a mile a minute.
Damn, Craig.
Running his own fast breaks. Ain't nobody there.
Sound like John Ahsoka.
Oh man.
It's
Ahsoka. Yeah. But the other team I'm watching, man, the Warriors, man, they keep winning. And I looked at the other day, Steph is balling, but Wiggin and Poole are both averaging 17 a game.
Yeah. I mean, if they continue that and
Clay comes back
and Wiseman comes back, because
you shitting on Wiggins.
I was. I mean, can I have 7 years? I'm sorry, I'm wrong up to 7 years. My bad. he made me wrong after 7 years. I'm sorry. I do, because look how long it took. You know,
Gary Payton II doing his thing.
Payton playing
the
ball.
Mitten,
yeah,
the Mitten doing his thing, yo.
Yeah, the Mitten. The Mitten.
All right, but listen, hold on. This is what I need to talk about. I need to talk about your man Joker and Marquise Morris.
Okay.
I need to talk about that because when I saw it initially, the first 3-4 times I saw it, I didn't think the Marquise Morris foul was that bad. I thought it was a hard foul. It's I'm gonna let you know I'm here foul. You get a penalty for it. Flagrant. I hear that. I get that, no doubt. But the run up elbow in the back to me is like that's something different to me, as opposed to face up. Now
I saw it when you called me because I hadn't seen it live,
and
you called me and told me to watch the video. So I watched it with you. I watched it again after I hung up with you, and I kind of read some commentary and some people's opinion on it. And my opinion didn't change since we had the conversation. Marquise Morris had a dirty foul. It was coming right at Jokic. He gave him a cheap shot, but he did it. He did it straight up. Like that's his hard basketball fouls. We've seen way more egregious in the history of the basketball game like that. But anytime you run up on the dude with their back turn the way he did, is just I think is just kind of whack. And it probably was more egregious than the dirty foul because he could have did something straight up when he pushed him. I mean, he was surprised, but he thought about it, waited for him to turn his back. He walked away, and then he came in, bull rushed him.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's the same as Pat Beverly. We don't know what Chris Paul said, but it doesn't warrant being sucker pushed from the backside with whiplash.
It just doesn't. And that's how I felt like, we talk about a dirty foul. You see people get clobbered going to the hole. He didn't hit him in the head. He didn't try to hurt Joker. He just hit him, gave him out. Yeah, he body checked him.
He body checked him. Definitely.
Right. And so we're on the same page. I don't know.
And you got to think about the context of the game. They pushing the rock down Miami's throat in a I think a 17-point game with under 2 minutes left. So why they still running breaks like so? Jokic is leading it, so frustration foul. It happens. It wasn't. No, was it clean? No, we don't disagree with that. But the response I think was a little bit more egregious.
Yeah, but Joker just letting them know that he's a goon. He's an Eastern Bloc cat that ain't scared.
I don't question that.
And I don't, and that is what it is. Like him retaliating and doing what he did, it is what it is. He gonna let people know you're not gonna just hard foul me like that. I get it.
I get the response too, but
I definitely get the response. But it's just one of them things. It's the after effects of that just shows how intense basketball is in America, because it's the Serbian goons, Eastern Bloc cats. You don't want it from them. But the Morris brothers is from Philly. Last time you been to Philly, there's a lot of that going on. People testing each other's gangster. It's like
and it's all ridiculous.
It's back off. In the heat of the
Let me
moment.
tell you like this, Cliff. We could say what we want, but I'm telling you, it would have been more than one game if the shoe was on the other foot. If Jokic would have body checked Morris and Morris bum rushed him from the backside like that, I guarantee you Morris would have had more games.
Oh, he did it from the blind side.
It would have been the blind side because they would have been trying to protect Jokic because again, he's a star player in the NBA. It wouldn't have mattered that it was the Morris brothers. It was the fact that it would have been Jokic that would have been put like Chris Paul. Patrick Beverly had to suffer because of not only because he did the sucker push, he did it to Chris Paul. And so it's about the volume of player that you do it to as well, or the stature of the player that you do it to. So that would have definitely been played a factor in it. if Jokic would have got dealt with the same way, they would have given him more games because you're dealing with a superstar in the league, All-Star.
The MVP.
Yeah, the MVP. Yeah,
who happens to be
Serbian.
Yeah.
He's Serbian. No, but yeah, I didn't like either one, to be honest with you. No. But I got both of them. But the push in the back is just you just don't do that.
Yeah, to tap a dude on the shoulder.
Yeah,
what's up?
He can still get him. I think he can still get him. But just get him on the next play, like the Malice at the Palace.
Yeah.
You can still do it.
Hit with the Ben Wallace.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just you don't want a man not to see what's coming.
Yeah,
you run up on him like that and not see what's coming.
And I'm surprised he didn't get hurt. I mean,
man.
Jokic he's a big 7 foot, almost 300 pounds. I mean, and he pushed him with some force.
He pushed. He did a good.
It wasn't no light shove.
Nah, it wasn't nothing light about it.
He slid him across the floor.
Yeah, it was aggressive, but it is what it is. They're gonna move on. He got his game. He'll be back, and they'll keep playing. But right now, you're watching the Golden State Warriors are leading in the West, and the Washington Wizards are leading
Chicago Bulls
in the East.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. With 8-3. And
it was a Kyle Kuzma showing last night too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he had 20, dropped another 22.
Yeah.
So he's like not as bad as Malik Monk, but because he's had a couple of more big games, but he's 14.9 and 9.9 for the season.
Yeah, I heard that some fans have put up a sign that said his ring was via LeBron James.
Yeah, and he said he got heated with Cleveland and said, "Y'all don't even have a ring if LeBron don't come back here." Is he a liar?
Nope. Facts.
Yeah, it's facts. So, it's all good. I'm happy to see them playing good.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is
speaking of Cleveland? Cleveland's playing good too.
Yeah.
Cleveland's in the mix. I want to say they the fifth seed, right?
6th seed.
6,
7, 5. Let's go down the list. Let's start with the Western Conference because that's what we started with.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, you got the Warriors in one spot, 10-1, Jazz 8-3, Suns 7-3, Nuggets 7-4, Mavericks 7-4, Clippers 6-4, Lakers 7-5, Grizzlies 6-5, Kings 5-7, Trailblazers 5-7, Thunder 4-6, Spurs 4-7. Shame, Popovich. Timberwolves 3-7, Rockets 1-10, Pelicans 1-11.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but Pop don't have too many people, and hearing that list, you probably only looking at Portland to make a move up that list. You know what I'm saying? Because everything else in the West is pretty much is how it's going to fall. It's going to shuffle around a little bit, but that's the seedings. You know, everybody else on the bottom going to stay on the bottom.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think you're right. I think Popovich. I tried to look at his roster one day, and I'm like, man, he don't really have nothing. If your man is Jamonte Murray, I mean, like, if that's your best player, that's his best player. Yeah. You know, and DeJounte Murray is like a third or a fourth guy on a good team. You know, so if he's your best guy, they don't really have a whole lot. Yeah, but you know, Popovich is still coaching, and you know he's coaching naked now because he don't have the cloak of being because he supports other things. So you know they don't really have fans no more. Pop don't have the same fan club he used to have back in the day.
Off the court, you know, on the court, you got to appreciate Popovich on the court.
I love Popovich,
but off the court, he definitely takes a lot of the right stances.
Oh yeah. That's why he doesn't have the cloak that he had, the shield, because he'll some other purposes.
Well, his lack of roster, he'll probably win 35 this year, maybe 38. But I don't see them coming close to 5 or any playoffs or playing.
I agree. What about the East?
The East, we got the Wizards, of course. The Bulls, second seed, 8-3. Nets 8-4. 76ers 8-4. Heat 7-4. Cavaliers 7-5. Knicks 7-5. Bucks 6-6. Raptors 6-6. Hornets 6-7. Celtics 5-6. Hawks 4-8. Pacers 4-8. Magic 3-9. Pistons 2-8. And what I noticed with the Eastern Conference is there's a lot of mediocrity going on here. It's a lot of 7-5, 6-6. You know,
because I think it's a tougher conference, Hawk. That's what I think, and I think they're just beating up on each other right now.
Yeah.
But I think the East is definitely tougher than the West.
I do too. Yeah. Right now, I do.
Mm-hmm.
I think the West has more stars, like in terms of star power.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in terms of basketball teams, I think the East has better teams.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Would you? Is this the first year in a long time that's been the case, or did you notice a trend?
Because, I think it's the first time in a while that I felt like that the East was better overall. But I think it did shift. I think it was shifting when LeBron came, because when LeBron came to the West, the impression was that the West was better, and Durant went to the East. It kind of shifted. It was shifting to the East right then. Just by them crossing paths, it started to change right there. Yep, because you got the Golden State Warriors got hurt, and everyone else, we didn't expect Phoenix to be that good, but they ended up being better than they were. And people didn't expect Atlanta to be that good, and Atlanta was really competitive. Right. So,
and now the Knicks, and now Chicago,
the Knicks and Chicago.
And then Giannis is champ. I mean, it's just a lot of power on the East.
Philly's still competitive. Miami's back. You know, so it's just it looks good. Yep.
Yeah, but they lost though.
But
came all the way back.
Yeah, but talk about the Knicks. You know, the Knicks are looking.
But their problem is defense. They showed a stat today that the Knicks are 30th in the league in defensive efficiency while playing their first unit. And ironically enough, they play their first unit more minutes than any other team in basketball. So it's ironic that they even have a winning record because they said their first unit, their plus minus is minus 14. And again, you're talking about playing them the majority of the minutes of anybody and the most minutes of any starting lineup of the whole league. And they have a winning record. I don't know how, but it's terrible. It's terrible. And Tibbs in his last presser, he basically showed his displeasure with it because it's horrible how bad they're defending.
Yeah.
I
agree.
They're 2-4 at home. They're 5-1. They're 5-1 on the road. They're 6-5 in the conference.
The second unit definitely plays better defense than the first unit. But the first unit has more offensive firepower. But when you talk about the NBA basketball, everybody can score. Not everybody can stop people. So it's kind of like they got a defensive-minded coach. So you just hope that he can put his imprint on them because they're gonna be a dangerous team in the postseason if they start defending. I think because they got a lot of Julius Randle is an unorthodox player. It's really hard to defend somebody like that, especially for a big that has to go up against him because he can play from the outside in. And
he's left-handed.
He's left-handed, yeah, and he just doesn't have any like go-to moves. He's just a bull in a china shop, and he kind of warrants you getting out his way when he plays offense. Like you don't want nothing to hit you because he's just so unorthodox. So they're gonna be a problem. And Barrett is the same way. Barrett is kind of like a finesse bull in the china shop because he's lefty. He doesn't have any go-to game. He's a scorer. They just put the ball in the bucket. You know? So they're gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
I think the guard is going to be rocking this year for more than one round.
Yeah.
I hope so.
As you guys talk about defense, you know, you mentioned how defense is kind of lacking across the league, Wes. You know, why so? Is it just because of offenses that's they're focused on because it's more entertaining, or and why is the league so not?
I think it starts at, and I know I'm gonna get some people that don't like this, but I think it starts at the AAU level, because everybody in AAU, when they're training kids now, it's all about skills, your skill set, and your skills, offensive skills, yeah. And no one plays defense because everyone is trying to just get buckets, because AAU is an individual type arena, and people that get buckets get picked up, right? And the high school game has obviously doesn't have the same impact on their college play or their college placement, because the coaches and scouts go to the AAU events. They don't go to high school games at all anymore. It used to be the other way around. And that's where they play defense. But most of these stars that play for AAU, when they go to the high school teams, they're barely interested because they got bigger fish to fry. So, and I think defense is an attitude. I mean, because we all play basketball and everybody know you had to play D, or you got lit up, or you didn't get back on the court. So you got your bones playing defense. That's how you got picked up a lot of times.
I mean, it's like a pride thing, you know. Where's the pride in getting work? You know what I mean?
No pride, because they get money. It's a difference. Pride doesn't outweigh money anymore. And social media, nobody want to be that dude on a video.
Wow.
Ankles crossed, dunked on, smacked in the head, you know, with the jump shot, you know, whatever they say now, smack him in the head, you know, whatever that is, all that stuff. Yeah. So I don't know. It's not coached at all. Popovich still does it. And you can ask anyone, that's how they won the Olympics. They play defense.
Okay.
You know, so.
Yeah. Well, you see, what's up with Ben Simmons?
I have no idea.
Yeah, he's fighting with the Philadelphia physicians on whether or not he can be treated by them or his own people. And I think his only play right now is just trying to get his money. So, you know, it's sad to say, but it seems like he's using a mental health angle.
Yep.
And that's how, because no other progress is being made. You know, they're fighting back and forth around a counselor, agreeing on a counselor. But as far as him getting back on the court and all that, there's nothing.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
It's crazy because, again, I don't know if that changes when he gets traded. That's what I think the piece that he's missing. Like, that's
the speculation of I'm sure on everybody's mind. It's like, what's up with this dude? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up with him? Even if you want to trade for him, you're like, what are you gonna get?
Yeah, like, what do you get from him? Because he's gonna be that free throw is still gonna be sitting there in the postseason on another team. So it's not going to change. The basket doesn't get different because you want another squad. You still got to make a basket. So I don't know.
But you're also questioning so much about this cat. His character, his heart, his dedication, his commitment, everything, based on how he's acting right now. And then obviously you have no idea what you're going to get when he comes in. So I mean.
And how do you treat him? How do you treat him, right? So he comes in and he does the same thing or has a similar experience, and maybe players get down on him on that roster. He's going to go to another team?
Yeah. It's tricky. That's tricky, and the Kyrie situation still. What's ultimately going to happen with that? I mean, Eric, the new mayor came in and basically said he's not changing the mandates.
Yeah.
So
what I do think that there's gonna come a time the mandates are gonna be lifted.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna happen in 22.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
they're going to try to get through they're going to try to get through the holiday season and see where these numbers are, see who decides to get, see how this whole vaccination rate looks and just how everything looks after the holidays. And then in January, you're going to see something go down in terms of mandates.
Yeah. It's just at times mandates aren't going to be permanent.
So you think he's going to wait it out?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, just wait it out. Probably by April, I'd say. I think
he'll be back. I think he'll be back after the All-Star break.
Yeah,
that's like third week of February. And
it all depends on the numbers.
Yeah,
if the numbers, because of the season, the winter, all that skyrocket, then no, the mandates will be in place. If we can get through the winter and numbers stay low, then yeah.
And then you got this precedent with even though it's in the NFL, what Aaron Rodgers has done. If they do lift the mandates, it's going to be you got to be a lot more lenient with players because, this guy already violated and did things out of protocol, and he could say, "Hey, it was 10 days and I didn't have any symptoms," and it's just that's going to have a lingering effect on some other things.
I have a question. Wait a minute. There's no mandates like that in Jersey, right?
I don't know if Jersey's following New York's protocol.
No,
they're not. Okay, because I would say it would be a shame if the Packers played in New York, Jets or Giants, and got away with it.
Yeah, because he can go to the Meadowlands.
He can go to the Meadowlands, right?
Yeah, absolutely, he can. But I don't know. I Ben Simmons, I'm like whatever at this point. Kyrie, I'm really interested in seeing what happens because he is losing money now, right? And everybody knows why he's doing it, and he hasn't flinched. So, I gotta, I don't agree with,
gotta respect him.
Yeah, gotta respect him. Gotta respect it.
Stand on your square. You say this is what it is.
It's what it is, and he's backing it up.
I'm willing to risk it all to stand on my square.
Yep.
Hey, more power to you.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers is on some bullshit though.
Yeah, he's on bullshit. He's not standing on nothing.
No.
He's standing behind privilege. That's what he's standing on, the privilege block.
No, absolutely.
And he's playing that card ridiculously. So yeah, I don't have like I'm not even worried. It's so funny. Like I got enough faith. I have enough faith in me and in the big fella upstairs that he don't like ugly. He took care of him with the Houston Astros. He'll take care of Green Bay too. They just eliminated themselves because karma has a way to work out all the time.
Yeah,
and you can't have 700,000 people go and you act all like lack of empathy and you be a winner. It's not gonna happen. I'm not even worried about it.
Thank you. Can you please, once again, you're talking about close to 750,000 people died from COVID-related diseases?
Yeah,
Americans. Yeah, about the rest of the world, we're in the millions. Yeah. Americans. 750,000 Americans are not here anymore because of COVID-related issues.
Yeah.
And another, no matter how many, we don't know how many people who had COVID.
Lingering effects.
Scars.
Yeah.
COVID scars. You just scoff it off like whatever. Like there's no empathy. Not at all. That's sad. That's really sad. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is definitely one of the, greatest football players of all time, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Yep.
No doubt. But, sometimes you have to do the human check, and that's just it's not good. Not good. All right. So that's that. Let me get off my soapbox.
Yep. I agree though, because it make you stay on it out here, man. It's like, yo, these dudes just be wilding, and you gotta stand on them once in a while. But yeah, it's pretty sad.
Man. Yeah.
So I gotta ask Cliff about his Yankee forecast for the offseason. What you think is gonna go down?
I'm hoping we get Correa, yo. To be honest with you, I know we need. We definitely want to upgrade the shortstop position. And I also heard Corey Seager's in the mix too.
Yeah, I'd rather get Seager because he a lefty bat.
Yeah,
and it
that
gives
short porch.
short porch, and he hits like he hits all over the field. And I just like another lefty bat in there, especially if you're not gonna re-sign. If you re-sign Rizzo, maybe, but I wish they could trade Gallo, man. I'm sorry, I can't stomach another 100 at bats of that mess, 60 strikeouts and 100. I can't do that, man.
Well, you gotta hope that he comes back and he's comfortable. He's a Yankee, and even though he may give you those strikeouts, he gives you about 45 home runs. You know what I'm saying? That's what you just gotta hope, because you have to hope that with the half a season under his belt, again, these cats, him and if Rizzo resigns too, they come back ready to roll. You know what I'm saying? And they start putting up numbers from the gate. That's what you got to hope.
Yeah, but he was a 159 hitter with the Yankees with 12 home runs.
I know.
159, man.
I know. But a lot of that is again transitioning to New York. You have to take that takes. I mean, you're coming from Texas. I mean, the New York market, the media, everything you have to deal with. Again, you just hoping that the half a year being in New York, being with the media, and having that familiarity, you just come in ready to roll, and you don't have that early slump or that Yankee slump or that New York slump that these cats usually have.
Yeah. I would disagree.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're right about that. I was just like, it was just so hard to watch a dude come up every single time and strike out. It was like, yo, are you serious? Are you a major league player? It was
one
hard.
of the freest swingers we haven't seen in a minute as a Yankee. I know that.
Woo. That was tough sledding.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad we get into the off season now, see what they do. But yeah.
Yep.
Yo,
who's playing tonight?
It's 3-0 Baltimore over the Dolphins.
Oh, the Dolphins. NBA, who's playing?
You got the Sixers.
Somebody's on TNT tonight, right?
Who do the Sixers play? Sixers play Toronto. The Jazz play.
Is Embiid hurt?
He COVID actually.
COVID, that's what it was.
Yeah, and they have a lot of players out, but they've lost I want to say 3 in a row. So, and Toronto lost a couple in a row. It should be a good game.
Man, it's just so hard to reel this thing in because cats, we so like divided on our views and everything. We just can't get out our own way with this.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
You know, it's crazy. It's just. Man, I don't even want to go there.
Yeah.
I don't even go there. It's
like all these people, it's like, man, it's like every day is like somebody else, and crazy.
It just spreads. Just spreads. Well, everybody out there, be safe. You know, try to take what precautions you can. Definitely keep your health up. You know, do what you got to do to keep your health and wellness up, which is most important. Eat right, drink water, lots of water. You know, all your supplements, all that. We're getting up in age. Take your supplements, all that. You know, do that. But also know, there's certain things that is beyond supplements. So I'm not telling you what to do. Just saying, be safe as possible. I'm vaccinated.
I'm vaccinated too.
I'm vaccinated. Actually, I already got this. I'm super vaccinated. I already got the
booster.
Yeah. I'm 3 weeks in on the booster.
I need my booster.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh. But yeah. So listen, Cliff, I was talking to Wes about possibly moving the show to Tuesday because that will be like the day after Monday Night Football. Football is still pretty fresh, and then Thursday's Thanksgiving. Of course, we're not doing the show on Thanksgiving. So maybe we let's see, what's next week's not Thanksgiving, right?
No, next week is the 18th of November.
So we do next Thursday, right? Miss Thanksgiving, and then pick up the next Tuesday.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Wes?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so I'll check in with Kay, let him know what we're doing. But from now on, Madism, well, throughout football season, Madism Sports will be on Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. After Thanksgiving. All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace out. Have a good week, y'all.
You too.
All right.